Excuse my interruption in that last video. I am going to finish this book tonight because I'm almost already at the end. And these next words are words from God again. O mortals cast in density of form, I center the light to guide your way. My light is not seen by those who observe only the density of figure. Neither can I violate the laws I have made in the wisdom of my eternal ways. I cannot but stay at rest with you, hoping that the best will reach for me, that I may bring your perception into the light. Man closes doors, man hides himself, he binds himself to possessions of dust, not realizing all is lost to him and lost to me. For only by the progression of thee do I progress. My parts are scattered throughout my boundless being. I move in many ways to fashion my completeness. Each part shall find the resurrection in me, though the time is recorded in the records lost in space. My eternity is only complete in the patience of myself in thee, and so I wait within, with the knowing that my beginnings never end. O man, in the ever-changing pattern of my thoughts, I bring my creatures into being. In seeing motion all about, never doubt that I am there. For I am motion, change, and time, so that my rhyme of repetition may cycle all my parts. Your eyes reach out to see the stars, not realizing each has stars within. Though sin may barricade your way to me, change will be your sword to rend the veil, and I shall hail you in your victory over self. Though my time is naught to me, time to you is meant to be a gauge to register progression of in my ways. Motion is the me in thee, O man, to manifest a change, so that in time you may escape the rhyme of rebirth repetitions and be timelessly the peaceful thought of me eternally. And that may be the end of the book. It is. Oh, well, I have really enjoyed this book, and this last part I read was really good. I enjoyed it very much. And I'm really surprised by these phallic rites that were conducted in reverence, because religion has taught that that was so pagan, so bad. And even it was like in the church, the early church, they had a real pagan way of celebrating Easter. And the women in the church would have sex with the men in church. Hard to believe. How did they get the Easter bunny rabbit out of that? Sometimes I think maybe the bunny rabbit hiding the eggs was something similar to that. Because no one would know who fathered whose child, you know? And so everybody would look at every child like they were their own. It's something to think about. It is kind of funny to me that religious people have such a condemnation of anything sexual. They don't seem to condemn people being tortured or murdered or, war and things like that. They're all for. And I think that the reason they are is they see God as a God that has a hell where he's going to let you be in torture forever, which if there were a devil, what could a devil do any worse than God's going to do by letting a person go to hell? I can't figure anything worse than forever torment. I mean, that's the ultimate horrible thought that a person can conceive, and you really can't even conceive. And when you think about it, you think, I cannot conceive of that. And I meet a lot of people who believe that in the devil and that God of the Old Testament is the real God. And sometimes I think, well, he's referring to scriptures that are in the Bible when I read this book. But in spite of there being so much added and deleted from the Bible, there are some things, when properly understood, properly interpreted, have a meaning not necessarily known to religion. And so it's not real easy to understand the Bible, and there has been so much added, deleted, changed. One little word, like I am the truth, the resurrection, the life that Jesus said, I think is should be in there. I am is the resurrection and the life. But then it goes on to say, no man cometh into God except by me. I think they mean by, what is meant by that is except by knowing that I am God. I am, your I am, whatever you say I am to, is your God-like ability to create what you want. I know I've been sick a lot lately, and every time I said, oh, I feel so bad, I am this or that, and I would just build it up in my mind and analyze the pain and grieve over it, and oh, it made it worse. I had to get, I mean, sometimes, you know, you can talk a good talk, but when something happens to you, you just have to learn that it's easier said than done. But I think I'm through most of the worst of my pain. I had a herniated disc in my back, in my spinal column, between the 10th and the 11th vertebra, which made it really hard in that middle part of me where my heart is. It would hurt, my heart would pound, and it was just, I was just going kind of crazy with pain. But now, it's under control, pretty much. Still have a little pain, but it's a lot better. Because I did learn, you know, don't concentrate on the pain. Don't just think about it all the time, and get your mind on something else. And something happier to think about. It is easy to say but hard to do, but it's the only thing you can do, so you have to learn to do it. Because it will only do you good to learn to do it. Well, I still have a little time, but I guess I've talked enough. Anybody that wants this book, I have it in my Google Drive. I can send you the book. If you have your email and you let me know that, it will come directly to your email. I can put the link to it somewhere in one of these description bars, but you will go to it and it will ask you to send me something that lets me say yes, you can look at it. And some people don't want to do that, but that's all right. You know, if you give me your email address, I can send it to you, and it won't ask that. It'll just open up for you. I have this book, and I'm going to soon have The Stars That Look Down or something. There's another one of Van Tassel's books, which I'm going to print out and retype so others can have it too. A lot of his books aren't available for people to read online anywhere, so I'm going to try to fill in that lack of there being a way of getting them. You might not possess the book, but you can have the words. And I will print that one out. Not print that out, I will put that one out there as reading it and as in my Google files for anyone who wants to read it for themselves. This is the Dove Lady. Talk at you again someday. Over and out for now.